Well, I spoke to Nemo Bassi, a prominent Nigerian environmentalist. He's been advocating for an end to fossil fuel exploration for decades. I began by asking him why oil companies would choose to burn gas rather than repurposing it.
They're burning because the penalty for burning the gas, because gas flaring was outlawed in Nigeria in 1984. The penalty for flaring is so small, they can even pay in advance. And so paying to burn the gas is cheaper than doing anything else with the gas.
The government's talked about eliminating gas flaring in Nigeria by 2030. What do you make of this deadline?
The Nigerian governments have known that gas flaring is an illegal activity and ought not to continue. This is why it was outlawed in 1984. Since then, we've had so many deadlines set and failed. They just keep shifting the goalpost, and I think government ought to be more serious than it is, because this thing is dangerous to the people. It's an economic waste.
Could a potential solution be to build the infrastructure that would make gas valuable, so turn it into a source of electricity or something that can be used for good? Could that be a solution?
Well, that would be a temporary solution. Having infrastructure and then realizing the economic value of the gas. It will also reduce the amount of toxic elements that release to the environment. But the ultimate solution is to move away from dirty energy.
We're seeing now extreme weather across Nigeria, droughts in the north, flooding in the southeast and the southwest. Do you think there's a connection between gas flaring and this changing weather patterns we're seeing in the country?
We have increased desertification, we're having water stress in the north, we're having reduction in food production, we are losing land on the coastal area because of sea level rise and coastal erosion, reducing our resilience, our capacity to mitigate the impact of global warming.
So, global leaders are going to be meeting in Glasgow in November at the UN Conference on Climate Change, COP26. What are some of the decisions they could make that would help Nigeria tackle the challenges that come with our changing climate?
Well, the climate negotiations were initially based on the premise of justice, which means those who are most responsible and most capable should do more than those who are not responsible and are more vulnerable. We don't see that happening. The Paris Agreement is based on voluntary emissions reduction. That would never solve the climate problem. We're going to see a temperature increase far above the 2 degrees Celsius upper limit set by the Paris Agreement. And that means Africa will be set on fire. And so the negotiation should go back to the drawing board and require binding emission reduction